Do you need some cards from today's episode? Well, you can pick them up and support the show from our sponsor, Card Kingdom. Just follow the link in the description box down below. Hello, everyone. It's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Abrew About Nothing. So last week, on Against Odds, we played Niv-Mizzet Reborn in Standard, and the card was awesome. Niv is just one of the sweetest cards. 2 cats, you draw so many cards, you play so many weird, cool, dual-colored cards to make it work. It's just such a sweet card. So this week, we are heading to Modern to basically play a modern version of Niv-Mizzet Reborn. You probably remember this one. We did have a deck tech of it last week. It was actually the most popular deck tech, Niv to Light. So basically, 5-color Niv-Mizzet, dual color, guild color control would bring to light to hold everything together, find our Nivs, etc., etc., etc. And this deck, it's really hard to describe. Probably the best thing you could consider this would be a 5-color control deck that has Niv-Mizzet as our finisher, but because Niv wants us to play all these dual-colored cards, we have a lot of weird cards that you wouldn't see in other modern decks. We have Domries and Kayas and Lightning Helixes, Assassin's Trophies, and Bring Delights, and just so many weird random things. So what I'm going to do is not go through this entire deck list. We went through it all in the instant deck tech. If you want me to talk about every single card, I will link the deck tech, watch it, I'll have it pop up on the screen or whatever. So go see that. Instead, just trust me that our deck today, we're trying to draw as many dual colored cards as possible with Niv-Mizzet. That's step 1. And then Bring to Light kind of holds everything together, can find us our Niv-Mizzet, can find us our other pieces. So basically, weird guild color, 5-color control with Niv-Mizzet being the centerpiece of the deck. So with that out of the way, yeah, let's just jump into the gameplay and see if Niv to Light can actually compete in Modern. So before we do, a super quick reminder, if you haven't already, it would be super cool of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's Niv to Light in Modern. All right, Much Abrew About Nothing time. We had so much fun. Oh dear. We had so much fun niving in Standard for Against Odds this week that we're niving in Modern this week. We're playing Niv to Light. 5-color, I don't even know. Niv-Mizzet, whatnot, and stuff. Cards. Let's Inquisition. Oh God almighty. Okay. So we take Ancient Stirrings. Next turn, we can take Karn, but then our opponent still has Karn, which can get the lock. All right, Pillar of the Perunes and Thought Erasure. Take the bigger of the Karns. Actually, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Technically, our opponent can't cast Ugin, and they can cast Ugin. Ugin is probably less deadly than Karn, right? It just makes dorks that we can kill with Kaya. Karn can get the lock that we can't beat at the moment. Yeah, take Little Karn. Kolaghan's Command. Graveyard. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this can work or not. If we can find a way to put our opponent off Tron, maybe. We have ways in the sideboard, but in the main deck, we don't have a lot. Opponent cracks map, so Ugin's going to come down. Ugin gets to start making dorks to draw cards. This is assuming our opponent doesn't draw something better than Little Ugin. Huh. Yeah. Oh my God almighty. All right. And we scoop it up. Well, Tron players, what can you say? Opponent just had it on the top of their deck. All right. So Damping Sphere's in. Lavinian. Crumble to dust in. Go down. Oh, what do we go down? This deck. This deck. Let's cut Detention Sphere, since it dies to our opponent's removal stuff. Cut Lightning Helixes. At least a couple. And probably Sin Collector? Kaya's not great either. Can we do better than Kaya? We might want more artifact removal. Rest in peace, no. Chemball, Ashiok, maybe Cindervines. Kaya doesn't seem great. Let's go Cindervines instead. And sure, Try it like that. I mean, we have some cards that our opponent's deck can't easily beat. Well, alright. This doesn't have an I win card, although we can Assassin's Trophy a Tron land in a pinch. Thought Erasure is fine. Yeah, this is fine. We might have been able to beat that Ugin, but once they drew Karn Liberated, life ends. Opponent's going to 5, as Tron decks tend to do. Windswept Heath, Goo. Opponent. Power Plant. Chromatic Sphere. We will take Breeding Pool. Tapped. Crumble to Dust is our best long-term answer. Or Bring to Light to find it. Let's just Pillar. And Thought Erasure. Ancient Stirrings. And... Okay. Yes. Unmordigo on top. Well, that's a way to put an end to the Tron plan. And our opponent's hand is not very powerful at the moment. Opponent cracks. Mine. Expedition map. Well, okay. There is good news. And the good news is we get to name Urza's Tower. Let us Windswept Heath. Crack Windswept Heath. Get a Godless Shrine untapped. Unmordigo you. Name Urza's Tower. Well, we also get to see the deck. The good news for our opponent is they are playing a version of Tron that has some cheaper threats. Ugin, the Ineffable, Karn the Great Creator. So they can do stuff without having a million mana. But get rid of the towers. Pass the turn. This is where we're looking for Niv or a Bring to Light to find Niv. Well, also one more mana, but that's our main goal. Opponent cracks Chromatic Star. And cracks Expedition map. Sure. Crumble the Dust to take out another land would be fine. And we do have basic, so this Ghost Quarter is not devastating. Another Expedition map. Opponent passes. That is a Niv. Well, let's... I think this is a whiff, right? Alright, Nature's Claim. Stomping Ground's tapped. Come on, land! We're one land away from Niving, and that would be so good. Opponent plays a land. Passes. And land off the top. That's a land. Green, red, white, black, blue. And let's see how many cards we can draw. Niv-Mizzet Reborn. Modern. Coming down. And what do you say, opponent? Opponent's just stunned. Stunned silence at getting nived in Modern. Alright, resolves. We get... Alright. 2 cards. Not insane. Hit a lot of lands, hit our Crumble to Dust, another Niv. Well, that's kind of a disappointing Niv. I mean, it's fine, but a little disappointing. Bring to Light is good, though. Bring to Light means we can Niv again, or we can just get our best thing to wreck our opponent. Whatever that may be. Opponent. Cracking the map. No Tron to find. It has been exiled. Gets Sanctum of Ugin. Plays Sanctum of Ugin. And passes. Well, go to combat. Get in with Niv. I'm not even sure if we Bring to Light this turn. Hit our opponent. I think we just birds. And pass. And leave up Counter Squall. And Lightning Helix. Alright, opponent. What do you got? Forest. And passing. Well, let's Lightning Helix. Untap. Mana Confluence is sweet. Play Mana Confluence. Green. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah, we're going to Bring to Light. We got to tap. We got to do this properly, though. So, green, red, blue, black, white. Bring to Light. All the colors. Take... I guess we just take Primal Command. Primal Command. Put a land on top. Search for a creature. Take another Niv. Go to combat. Get in with our Niv. And, I mean, I think this should do it. Opponent drops to 5. We have a lethal Niv. We know they're drawing a land. I'm not sure how they get out of this. Opponent untaps, draws the land. And scoops it up. And that is how Niv beats Tron. We found a pathway for beating Tron. Okay, that was good. We just need to hit something early to keep them off Tron. Damping Sphere, Unmoored Ego, Crumbled to Dust with like Birds of Paradise. Little more pressure going on the draw here, but still possible. Okay. We will try this. We have Assassin's Trophy, if everything goes wrong. We're working towards Bring to Light. Chromatic Sphere for our opponent. Yup. Passes. Now, Mana Confluence. Birds of Paradise. We're sort of hoping our opponent's on turn 4 Tron. If they have turn 3 Tron potential, we probably have to just leave up Assassin's Trophy, unfortunately. Domri into Bring to Light would do it. Oh, it's a forest. Okay. Sylvan Scrying. That is good. That is what we wanted. This means we have a turn without Tron, which means we get to play Domri and then ramp into... Oh, and a Damping Sphere. Now we got all the answers, apparently. So we will play Pillar of Perunes. Play Domri. Take up Domri. Pass the turn. And now we have whatever we need for next turn. Bring to Light to get Crumble is probably what we're looking at, if nothing goes wrong here. Urza's Mine. Expedition Map. Opponent. Passing. Yeah, I think we're doing it. So, Sacred Foundry, untapped. Take up Domri. Add green, red, blue, black, white. Bring to Light. X5. Get Crumble. Crumble Tower. And? No Tron for you. No Tron. Oh, it works. And it puts our opponent down a land. No Tron and land destruction. Opponent's hand is a bunch of cycling stuff, which, I mean, I guess that's fine. Pass the turn. And now we can Primal Command into Niv. Yeah, opponent cracks, gets a land. Not a Tron land because it doesn't matter anymore. And Niv is just picking apart Tron. We lost game 1 to the Tron Nut Draw, but since then, we're just picking them apart. Opponent. I guess we can't Primal Command this turn, can we? Unless we draw an untap land. Ghost Quarter. Chromatic Sphere. Cracks it. Chromatic Sphere. Just keeps coming. Cracks it. Ancient Stirrings. I think we're good. Especially with Assassin's Trophy to left over to deal with Karn the Great Creator. I think we're in pretty good shape. Opponent passes. We draw Birds of Paradise. So I guess we tick up Domri for green. Play Birds of Paradise. Play Blooming Marsh. Go to combat. Get in with Birds of Paradise. And pass the turn. So opponent can play this Karn, but it doesn't do much. Alright, Chromatic Star. So no Karn yet. Opponent cracks. Yeah. Chromatic Star. Cracks. Blast Zone. Well, alright. That can kill our stuff eventually. Chromatic Sphere. Cracks. Expedition Map. Alright. Opponent's passing. Well, let's see what we draw here. Forest. So play the Forest. Take up Domri. Primal Command. Blast Zone on top. Search for a Niv. Get in with the Birds of Paradise. Gonna leave up Assassin's Trophy. Just in case. Hit our opponent down to 18. We do gotta make sure we don't get janked by Karn. The one way I could see us losing this game is our opponent getting the Karn locked down. So the Assassin's Trophy is a way to make sure that hopefully never happens. This Blast Zone can take care of our Birds of Paradise if our opponent wants to. I don't know how much they care. We have enough mana that it doesn't really stop us. Domri is just a ramp card, has been good. The fighting hasn't done anything this matchup, but it's let us attack a little with Birds of Paradise, and it was essential in ramping into Bring to Light to deal with Tron. The deck's kind of doing its thing. Found it. Taking over the options. Alright, Blast Zone returns. There is the Karn, the Great Creator. Tutors for an artifact outside the game. It is Ensnaring Bridge. Okay. Opponent passes. Now what? Well, let's take up Domri. For red. Red, green, black, white, blue, Niv. Hopefully draw a few cards this time. Seriously? It was a single card? Oh, that's pretty bad. Well, go to combat. Attack Karn. Huh. Well, that's about as bad as Niv can get. Play a land, pass the turn. One card in a deck that's built around it? Huh. Alright, well, hopefully we draw something. What did we hit? Land, land, Inquisition, land, land, Niv-Mizzet, land, Birds of Paradise. Not great, I would say. Opponent cracks the map. Gets a Sanctum of Ugin. Plays Sanctum of Ugin. Takes up card. Plays the bridge. And passes. Okay. Ooh, Kolaghan's Command's good. Well, I guess we just take up Domri. Red, black, green. Kolaghan's Command. Blow up bridge, kill Karn. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. Safe Rights Quest. Grab a... I don't know if it matters. Let's take Hallowed Fountain. Hallowed Fountain, tapped. And technically we're presenting lethal. Opponent can Blast Zone to kill our birds, and then we don't literally have lethal this turn. Ancient Stirrings. But then they still have to deal with the Niv, and that costs them a land and a turn. Tron's struggling without having access to Tron mana, even with the cheaper build. Karn is a scary addition, though. Just the fact that it can tutor up a lock really makes you play in a different way, because you don't want to just get janked out by the lock from a winning position, and it can't do that. All right, more Karns. I don't think, yeah, opponent scoops it up. All right, well, that was good. That was very impressive of Niv. We got crushed at game one, but we had the janky tools to pick apart Tron and take down the win. All right, yeah. Sweet. All right, much Abrew about nothing time. We are Niv to lighting in Modern, and this hand looks pretty good. Ramp, Niv, bring to light. That's pretty much what we're hoping for. All right, let's see. Windswept Teeth, crack it. Get a, oh my god, a breeding pool, I guess. I'm not sure how much it matters. Birds of Paradise. Pass the turn. See what our opponent's up to. Windswept Teeth. Cracks it. And Forest. Okay. Oh dear. Utopia Sprawl. Alright, well, play Pillar of the Perunes. And let's just Domri. Take up Domri. Sure. Red. Pass the turn. Well, we're on course for 5-drop on turn 3, if we don't get hit by, like, land destruction or something. We're about due for a good Niv. So far, we've had two kind of meh Nivs. 2 cards and one card, somehow. Tap land for our opponent. Bolts the birds. Yeah, that slows us down. And passes. I'll take up Domri. Unfortunately, can't cast anything. 5-drop, dot hand, pass the turn. Yeah, we kind of needed that birds. Please no land destruction. Please. Please not that. Please no. Forest. Bloodbraid into... Whew, alright. Uncastable Mizium Mortars. That's fine. Well, now we have choices upon choices. Opponent gets in. Hits Domri. Is it Charm? Well, crack Windswept Teeth. Grab a Plains. Mana Confluence. Oh, we might have to look at this deck list. Is there anything? Okay. Primal Command, I guess, would be kind of interesting. Bring to light Primal Command. Get rid of the Utopia Sprawl land. And gain life. But then we lose our Domri. We could also just Niv. Putting that land on top is very tempting. The problem is if we don't draw a land next turn. Yeah, alright. We're going to play Niv. Domri. Red. White. Blue. Black. Green. Niv. Draw. Whoo! There it is! That's what we've been waiting for. That is a Niv for 6? Okay, that's good. That's very good. Now I like our position. We will discard Izzet Charm. Okay. Well, that's a new handful of cards. And a Niv. Opponent, combat. Attacks, well, sure, we will block. If our opponent wants to bolt our Niv, that's fine. Alright, kills the Niv. And... uh-oh, untap land. Courser for tracker. Opponent passes. Well, let's save Right's Quest. Get a land. We'll take Forest. Play Forest. Take up Domri. Red, green, blue, black, white. Bring to light. Take Primal Command. Primal Command. Put the forest on top. Search for Birds of Paradise. And opponent, they're done. They're done, they're done, they're done. That got them. Huh. Maybe this deck is actually pretty good. Okay. Well, I don't know if our opponent's destroying our lands or not. We didn't see any land destruction, but Niv? Just ramping into Niv. Good enough. So sideboard-wise, Ponza or something Ponza adjacent. Could just be like green-red mid-range. I haven't seen Ponza much lately. It's kind of fallen by the wayside. Fire Spout, meh. Cindervine's meh. Night of Autumn is probably okay. We might just not change much of anything, honestly. I guess Staticaster's probably good. And this only stops non-creature spells. Crumble, Chemball, maybe like Abrupt Decay, if we can find room. Go down, I think, Sin Collector, and maybe go one Kolaghan's Command. Try it like that. Well, that was good. What do we got for game 2? Okay. I mean, this hand's fine. As long as we're not getting land destructed. Stomping Grounds tapped. Opponent passes. Well, Pillar. Save Right's Quest. Grab a Stomping Grounds. Pass the turn. Forest for our opponent. And Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, that's not too threatening. Opponent passes. Well, let's save Right's Quest. Grab a Plains? Forest? Yeah, let's take a Forest. Play Windswept Heath. Pass the turn. Kessig Wolfrun. That's an issue. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what we do about that. Our deck does not have a lot of good answers to Blood Moon. Opponent gets in, hits us. Mana Confluence, go. Yeah, we don't have a black source, unfortunately. Sacred Foundry. Alright, Stone Rain, and yeah, we'll scoop it up. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem that we don't have good answers for in our 3 basic 5-color deck. Okay. So Blood Moon, I think this means we need to change a couple things. Cindervine's in. We want things that can deal with Blood Moon. So this is Ponza. We need things that can deal with Blood Moon that we can cast with our limited amount of mana, colored mana. We can also get it with discard, potentially. Let's go down a Lightning Helix, and I guess one more Lightning Helix. Huh. Alright, try it like that. Well, yeah, Ponza's tricky. Tricky. Alright, we'll keep this. We'll keep this because of Cindervines. Alright, Windswept Heath, crack it. Grab a Breeding Pool. Untapped. Save Right's Quest. Get a Plains. Pass the turn. Windswept Heath. Opponent cracks it. Forest. And there is Utopia Sprawl. Opponent passes. Well, Stomping Grounds, untapped. Cindervines. So we're not just dead to a Blood Moon, but if our opponent can start blowing up lands, it's still really bad and going to be very hard for us to ever cast our good things. Opponent. There is the Blood Moon. Takes a damage. Also, if our opponent has 2 Blood Moons, then we're probably Yeah. Well, turn 2 Blood Moon. Not exactly what the Niv deck wants to see. Well, play a Plains, pass the turn. Opponent. Forest. Well, there goes our hopes and dreams. Opponent passes. Creeping Tar Pit, pass the turn. Well. Yeah, there's not much we can do about turn 2 Blood Moon, turn 3 Blood Moon. Into a Stone Rain. Well, float mana. We do have a single forest. We could draw our single forest, and we have this Birds of Paradise. Yeah, there goes our land. And an ooze. Well, we will Helix the ooze. Opponent passes. Pass the turn. Well, maybe we've seen the flaw with 5-color Niv to Light. Obstinate Baloth. Well, that's going to kill us. Sure. We will pass the turn. We had a plan for beating a Blood Moon, but not really a plan for 2 Blood Moons. That's probably going to beat this deck roughly 100% of the time. Turn 1 Blood Moon, turn 2 Blood Moon. That's just not something this deck is designed to compete with. If we play carefully, we can maybe beat a Blood Moon, but yeah. All right. And that does it. If we play carefully, we can potentially beat a Blood Moon, but there's no way we're going to beat 2 Blood Moons, especially backed by land destruction. Well, that's a tough one. All right, much brew about nothing time. We are Niv to Lighting in Modern, and I mean, this hand mostly looks fine. We hopefully will not play Blood Moon. Please, no. I don't think I can stand another Blood Moon with this deck. But our mana's decent. We don't have any of our big finishers, but we got some removal. Kaya could be good, depending on the matchup. All right, Breeding Pool, untapped. Safe Rights Quest. Get a Godless Shrine. Pass the turn. Well, let's see what our opponent's up to. All right, Affinity. Hardened Scales, okay. Yeah. Opponent passes. Now, Godless Shrine tapped, pass the turn. Not the fastest start, but we do have a lot of removal in hand, which is nice. Including 2 artifact removal spells, which are doubly nice. Inventor's Fair for our opponent. Bowmat Courier. Oh, okay. Maybe this is something different than I thought. Spurring Leaf Drum. Opponent, combat. Attacks. Yeah. Well, we will take it. These Kolaghan's commands are going to be so good, though. Play Mana Confluence. And yeah, we're just going to get the old 2-for-1 here. Kolaghan's command, destroy an artifact, 2 damage Bowmat Courier. That's a swing. That's a swing in our favor. The old 2-for-1, and we got Lightning Helixes left over in hand, and Kaya. All right, 2 threats down, pass the turn. This hand seems to line up really well with what our opponent's doing. Opponent untaps. Land. And passing? Okay. Passes. Well, we will play Kaya. Take up Kaya. Gain a life. Just going to exile 1 for now, so we have more life gain for next turn if our opponent doesn't get anything else in the graveyard. I don't think our opponent's using their graveyard in a meaningful way. Opponent, Inventor's Fair. Not really worried about little incidental life gain. Up to 21. Mountain. Vault Scourge. We're actually getting pretty close to where we want a Niv. Boy, there could be Blood Moons, couldn't there? Oh, please. Please, no. Opponent passes. Well, Kragwin Subteeth. Grab Stomping Grounds. Untap. Kaya. Get rid of the worker. Pass the turn. Opponent gaining life. Yeah, I think we're in decent shape. Lightning Helix Tron seems reasonable. Cranial Plating. Alright, well, we can deal with this stuff. Opponent equips Cranial Plating. Combat. Attack. So, yeah, this might just do it. Red, black, whatever. Kolaghan's command. Destroy Plating, kill Vault Scourge. Whew! Number 2 in the main. 2-for-1s abound in Niv to Light land. Yeah. Opponent. Now we just want a Niv, or I guess even a land for Primal Command is pretty great. Unmoored Ego. Really? Exile stuff, gain some life. Yeah, I mean, I guess we take a look at our opponent's deck. This might just get a concession if our opponent doesn't want us to see. And yeah, opponent does not want us to peek at the deck. Scoops it up, and that went pretty well. Well, in this matchup, Staticaster in, Fire Spout's in, Cindervine's probably in, Night of Autumn in, Fracturing Gust in, Abrupt Decay in. So basically anything that can kill early game artifacts. Stuff that we don't want as much, Thought Erasure out. Assassin's Trophy can probably go down a copy. Counter Squall, Sin Collector, what else? Oh, we just have a ridiculous pile of removal. I guess we can go down to Domri. Domri feels like it's going to just die a lot. And go down Unmoored Ego. I think something like that seems fine. Lavinia is funny, but our opponent can play all their free spells before we can play Lavinia. Especially being on... I mean, either way, but especially on the play. Okay. I guess this hand's fine. 2 Helixes are good. Blink Moth Nexus for our opponent. And... Vault Scourge. Yep. Opponent, passing. Izzet Charm. Well, Godless Shrine, untapped. Inquisition. Signal Pest, Ghostfire Blade. 2 workers. Alright, take Signal Pest. Pass the turn. I guess we're just hoping to slowly kill all of our opponent's things. Opponent, untaps. The life gain from Helix should help. Welding Jar. Blink Moth. I guess that's a little worse. Welding Jar can protect from one of our removal spells. Goes Fireblade. Can't equip it, though. Vault Scourge is not colorless. That is black mana. Yeah, opponent's realizing. Alright, Arcbound Worker, sure. So drawing a red source, or like Pillar of the Perrunes would be the best. Otherwise, we can Safe Rights Quest for it. A little slower, but it does work. Opponent gets in for 1, hits us. Down to 17. Passes. Alright, that's Pillar. I'll play Pillar of the Perrunes. Pass the turn. And now we let the killing begin. And then hope that we draw into something big by the time we finish killing. Opponent. We know there's another worker. They can equip the Ghostfire Blade. There's a worker. Opponent. Oh, leaving up the mana. Huh. Alright, let's... Helix... Vault Scourge. Wow, lets it go. Huh. Alright, we take 1. Down to 19. Lightning Helix is so brutal against aggro. Like, it's so depressing to see it across the table. Like, you lose a thing, and that 3 life is just... it's such a big swing. We're back up to 20. Opponent. Yeah, hits us. What is our last card? Ornithopter. Why did they not equip? Alright. Safe Rights Quest. Well, let's Safe Rights Quest. Get a... Plains? Yeah, take a Plains. Play the Plains. Pass the turn. This lets us leave up another Helix. We are going to want a Niv at some point. Opponent equips Ghostfire Blade. Well, yeah. Try to kill it. Worst case, it taps it. If our opponent regenerates. Opponent lets it go. Opponent is really trying to keep around that Welding Jar. Equips Ghostfire Blade. Gets in. Hits us. Yup. Down to 18. And passes. Wow, that's Niv for next turn. So, Safe Rights Quest. Grab a forest? Yeah, take a forest. Play Creeping Tar Pit. Pass the turn. In Niv we trust. Hopefully Niv hits us Bring to Light. And then we should just win. Bring to Light for some sort of Wrath effect. Should close out the game, I would assume. Oh, especially since we have Fracturing Gust. Bring to Light for Fracturing Gust. That should definitely close out the game. Opponent. Ooh, Cranial Plating. Alright. Goes to combat. Gets in. Hits us. Down to 14. That is a clock. And I'll play a forest. White, green, blue, black, and red. Niv. Fingers crossed for a good Niv. Come on, Niv. You can do it. Niv. How many do we get? Niv? Okay. I mean, that's a fine Niv. It's not a bring to light Niv. But more life gain, more artifact removal is fine. Boat it. Signal Pest. If our opponent attacks into the Niv, we are going to block. Getting rid of Welding Jar is a win. Kaya's actually good here. Kaya exiling the creatures our opponent has is pretty strong. And we're still in the running to just... We put 10 non-bring-to-light cards to the bottom. So finding a bring-to-light is still very possible. Opponent equips. Yup. Combat. Attacks. Attacks. Well, we are going to block the 7-1. Actually kind of hoping our opponent uses Welding Jar, and then we're free to blow up Cranial Plating. Attacks with both. Yeah. Block the 7-1. Feels a little bad trading our 5-drop for an Arcbound Worker, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, there's the Regenerate. We lose Niv. Opponent passes. Well, green, white, whatever. Play Night of Autumn. Blow up Cranial Plating. Play Breeding Pool. Pass the turn. I think we wait till next turn for Kaya. And just Lightning Helix here. Get rid of the Signal Pest. Mountain. Alright, Blinkmoth Nexus. That's fine. Opponent combat. So we will take down Signal Pest. Lightning Helix number 3. So we've gained 9 life off this and killed 3 creatures. That's... Lightning Helix is a good magic card. Especially against these aggro decks. Are we getting blasted? Yeah, we are. Alright. Down to 6. And that fizzles our Helix. That is a little bit frightening. Opponent. Attacks. Attacks. Well, block the worker. Drop to 3. Opponent gets to put counters on something. Goes with the land. Yeah, we could get burnt out. Opponent passes. Hollowed Fountain. So blue-red. Green-black. Blue-red. Alright, so let's play Kaya. Wait. Okay. We didn't tap properly. Play Kaya. Exile Worker. Play a Swamp. Pass the turn. Okay. What do you got, opponent? No more blast, please. Blinkmoth Nexus. Yup. Alright, so blue, red. Kill the Nexus. Bullet dodged. Ooh, more life gain would be good. Memnite, okay. Opponent, passing. We draw Assassin's Trophy. Well, take up Kaya. Arcbound Worker and Nexus. Hollowed Fountain tapped. We are dead to a Shrapnel Blast this turn. We gotta not get blasted for this turn. Alright, it's a Memnite. Memnite doesn't kill us. Opponent, combat. Huh. Interesting. Opponent passes. Oh, okay. That's what we wanted. That's what we've been waiting for. White, blue, green, black, red. Bring to light. Yup, this should do it. Bring to light. 5 colors. And we're just going to take Fracturing Gust to be safe. Fracturing Gust. Get rid of everything. Gain some life. We could have got Niv, but this is just so much safer. Tick up. Exile, exile. And opponent scoops it up. Whew! Well, apparently drawing all the Lightning Helixes in the world is good enough to take down aggro. Alright. Well, we did get Blood Moon for once, and that felt good. Oh, the deck's sweet when you actually have access to your mana. Oh, God, Blood Moon. Alright, that was a good one. Alright, much brew about nothing time. We are Niv to lighting in Modern, and... okay, we're going to keep this. Our mana's good. We have 5 mana potentially on turn 3. We don't have any payoffs, so we're hoping we draw into a payoff or two. Faithless Looting. Uh-oh. That's usually a sign of unfair things. Land discarded. Well, that's not the most threatening. We draw more lands, which isn't great. Land go. Opponent. Come on, finisher. No more lands. Mountain for our opponent. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Well, we don't actually have an answer for that at the moment. An answer would be fine, too. Oh, God. Okay, Blooming Marsh. Maybe we shouldn't have kept this hand. Domri. Take up Domri. Add a mana. Sure. Pass the turn. So opponent gets a free Faithless Looting. Opponent. Lava Spikes Domri. Sure. Attacks. Gets to kill Domri and Faithless Looting. Well, we have so much mana, I guess this doesn't matter too much. Like, we're about as mana heavy as you can get. Alright, gonna flashback the burn spell down to 17. Domri dead. Some of our lightning helixes would be nice. Light up the stage. Lava Spike land, plays a land. Light up the stage again. Lavamancer Swift Spear. Alright. And we draw another land, essentially. Well, take a plains, play a Windswept Heath, pass the turn. Yeah, kind of regretting keeping this hand now. Opponent, Monastery Swift Spear, Wooded Foothills, Lava Spike. Yeah, we haven't put up much of a fight here. We've just not drawn non-lands. Sacred Foundry untapped. Arcanist is doing things for our opponent, though. I guess that's cool. Opponent in the tank. Not sure what they're thinking about here. Alright. Decides they will go to combat. Attacks. Attacks. Another Lava Spike. Yep. Sure. We are down to a low life total. Down to 7. Opponent plays Grim Lavamancer. Still 2 cards in hand. Well, let's see if we can at least draw a non-land before we scoop. That would at least make us feel good to know that we drew a non-land, and it's a Bird's Paradise. All right, well, all the mana on the top of our deck, and there's no coming back from that. So, against this deck, we can bring in, like, Fire Spout, I guess, Night of Autumn. Not sure about Grafdigger's Cage. It shuts down Arcanist, but I think we mostly just want to kill Arcanist is probably our easiest pathway to victory. Go down a Supreme Verdict. Go down Unmoored Ego. Go down... One more cut. Maybe just Detention Sphere. Actually, let's keep that and go down Kolaghan's Command. I guess Chemball's fine, too. It is life gain. So yeah, let's go down Detention Sphere for Chemball. And, yeah, run it like that. Alright, let's see what this hand looks like. A little bit frighteningly similar to the last one, which isn't ideal. Now, Forest, Safe Right Quest. Grab a Hallowed Fountain. Pass the turn. Opponent. So hopefully we draw some action here. Inspiring Vantage. And opponent, Soul Scar Mage. Sure. Opponent passes. Well, Inquisition's not bad. Swamp, Inquisition. Faithless Looting, Burst Lightning, Dreadhorn, Arcanist. Well, take Arcanist. Ship the turn. Alright, so our opponent actually does not have a ton going on at the moment. Although, Faithless Looting, that is the fixer of all issues in Modern. If you got a Faithless Looting, all your extra lands suddenly can become good Magic cards. There's the looting. Yup. Yeah, we're gonna need something big eventually. Opponent discards 2 lands, plays another one. Oh, more Faithless Lootings. Alright, well, opponent's looting. They're going to end this turn with a lot fewer cards in hand, but their hand should be better, which is a little bit scary. Opponent land Burst Lightning discarded. Going to get in for 3. Down to 17. I guess if there's good news, it's that our life total is still pretty high. Alright, Safe Rights Quest. More of this. Get a land out of our deck. I guess we just take a Plains. Play a Mana Confluence in case we need to do something. Pass the turn. Well, come on, big things. Bring to light, Niv. We're going to need to draw something to go with our all-land plan. Arid Mesa for our opponent. Cracks Arid Mesa. Gets a Plains. Blood Moon. Well, yeah, we're going to have to counter that. Huh! Lots of Blood Moons running around in Modern these days. Opponent gets in. We're down to 14. We draw something good, something good. Okay, that's a Niv. That is good. So let's just Hallowed Fountain tapped. Pass the turn. Do what we need to do this turn. Untap Niv. Hope that Niv draws us into some life gain type stuff. And we can go from there to winning the game. Definitely going to have to be aware of the Blood Moons. Arid Mesa for our opponent. Not holding it to discard. Cracks it. Sacred Foundry. untapped. And Chandra. Alright, Chandra resolves. Takes up for mana. Swift Spear. Well, I gotta say, those Faithless Lootings did some work. Opponent gets in. Hits us. Down to 11. Well, we need to kill Chandra. Opponent gets a land. We untap. Play a plains. White, black, green, blue, and red. Run out Niv. Fingers crossed for a good Niv. Come on. Come on. We need a good Niv. We need a good Niv. We need a good Niv. Niv gives us... Okay. Lightning Helix helps. Lightning Helix is at Charm Bring to Light. That's not bad. That's a decent combination of cards. Especially the Lightning Helix is huge. Okay. Okay. And the Bring to Light, once we stabilize, is good. Well, pass the turn. We might have stabilized here. Opponent can Faithless Looting, so they can dig to try to find something good from their graveyard, if they don't draw something helpful. But at 10 life, we're not too close to being dead. Opponent. There's the Faithless Looting. Yup. Still, our opponent ends up with 1 card in hand, which is not a high number of cards. Alright. Discards, Gut Shot, Inspiring Vantage. Combat. No attacks. Well, we untap. Ooh, Pillar's not bad either. Well, play Pillar. Helix Soulscar Mage. Play Domri. Domri. Niv fight Swift Spear. And yeah, we're going to attack. If our opponent can 12 us this turn with 1 card in hand and a Faithless Looting in the graveyard, then I guess they got us. Otherwise, Niv is lethal next turn. And opponent scoops it up. Okay, we can beat the bird deck. It is possible. We found a way. This is a scary matchup, though. Burn, burn, burn. We have some cards that are good against it. And there's also Blood Moon. That's not good for us. Let's go up the Cindervines. Down a Thought Erasure is kind of slow. It does preemptively. Ugh, this is bad in so many ways. All right. Yeah, down a Thought Erasure. So we got to find a way to play around Blood Moon and not die early. That's our primary goal here. Cindervines is nice because we can cast it with just a green mana if there's a Blood Moon out. That's the main reason we're bringing it in. It's one of our easiest to cast answers. Oh, good God. I almost think we're going to keep this. This hand has everything we want if we draw a land. You know what? We're going to keep this. We're on the draw. We can't pass up 2 Lightning Helixes, Abrupt Decay, Night of Autumn. It's sad that we can't cast this Birds of Paradise, but this is really close to what we want. That is not a land. All right. Well, we got 1 turn to draw a land. That is where we're at. 1 turn, we got to draw a land. Opponent. Untaps. Oh, this hand is so good against our opponent's deck if we can cast our spells. Vantage. Is it a land? It is. All right, Godless Shrine untapped. Pass the turn. Oh, okay, we have hope. Opponent. Untaps. Wooded Foothills. Cracks it. We still can't beat 2 Blood Moons. Mountain. Well, alright. Green, black. Resolves. Abrupt Decay Blood Moon. Hopefully that's the only one. Another land would still be good. Opponent passes. Alright, not a land. So pass the turn. Well, if they have 2 Blood Moons, then they got us. Yeah, fair enough. Well, that has been both of our losses so far, have been to literal double Blood Moon draws. And I assume that we're going to lose those matchups 100% of the time. All right, much brew about nothing time. We are looking to... Oh, that's Unmoored Ego. All right, we're going to keep this. We're looking to Niv people. Niving it up in Modern. And, I mean, this hand's not insane or anything, but Unmoored Ego can just wreck some decks. Plus, we got some removal. We got a Planeswalker. Horizon Canopy, Elvish Mystic. All right, crack this. What are we playing? So we need white, red, green, red, green, red, green, white, any color. But we want blue for Unmoored Ego or black. So let's take Godless Shrine. Yeah, take Godless Shrine, tapped. Opponent. Passes. Play Pillar. Helix the Mystic. Pass the turn. Come on, Niv! We're to the Niv point of the game almost already. Domri rampant and Niv is so sweet. Alright, Llanowar Elves. So this is probably just straight up Elves. Now, Stomping Grounds untapped. Kill Llanowar Elves. Just keep killing stuff. Pass the turn. What do you name against Elves? That's a tough question. And I don't really know the answer. Elvish Mystic. Opponent passes. Alright, let's Inquisition. Take Dwinian's Elite. Forest. Domri. Take up. Pass the turn. So we're looking for Niv or Bring to Light. Those are the two cards that would make our day better. Alright, Forest for our opponent. Archdruid. Oh, come on, Niv. Niv would be so good. Helix. Alright, well, take up Domri. For red. Windswept Heath. Crack it. Grab a Plains. Helix Archdruid. Unmoored Ego. Beast Whisper, and take a peek at the deck. So, Visionary, Azuri, 2 unknowns coming in hand. Otherwise, it's pretty typical elf stuff. Yeah, Beast Whisper, Beast Whisper. There is a Crater Hoof. Beast Whisper, Beast Whisper. Well, get rid of the card draw. And hope like crazy we draw Niv. Niv is so incredibly helpful. Bring to Light also works. Opponent. Oh, they drew Heritage Druid, okay. And Dwinian's Elite. Well, we know what we need. Will we find it? Opponent's going to actually present lethal melee. We drew our opponent exactly into the cards that they needed here. Yeah, run them all out, run them all out. Well, let's see what we draw. We have 2 turns, maybe? Opponent passes. Helix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, take up Domri. Add red. Pass the turn. Land for our opponent. So we need our opponent to play their Azuri and also not leave up mana to... Okay. Archdruid. Yup. Opponent. Combat. Everything at Domri. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, we still need to kill Archdruid. Yup. Well, there goes Domri. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Bring to light. Bring to light. Another Domri. Alright, pass the turn. Well, the fizzle is on, and now I think we're in trouble because they have Azuri to regenerate. We needed to find one of our payoffs. We just didn't find a Niv, and our deck does not function as well without a Niv. Elvish Visionary. Draws a card. Yeah, we dealt with the early game creatures, but just could not find Llanowar Elves. Could not find a late game pay. Well, alright. We have one more turn. Bring to Light probably still wins us this game. Bring to Light. Tar Pit. Alright. That's not Bring to Light. Opponent. So the problem is if they ever play Azuri, they can regenerate through our sweeper. And that's, yeah, pretty devastating. Wow. Archdruid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Alright, Bring to Light. Nope. Alright. Well, yeah. The fizzle is on. Good news is we do get some good sideboard cards. Staticaster, great. Abrupt Decay, good. Fire Spout, good. And maybe Damping Sphere. Oh, is Damping Sphere good enough? It shuts down the combo-esque turns, but I'm not sure that's actually... We don't want Unmoored Ego. I'm not sure it's actually good enough. That game looked good. We just couldn't find a payoff. Yeah, let's go 1 Damping Sphere. Go down 1 Domri. Domri seems like it's just going to die to the elves. Alright, we're on the play. Well, alright. We have another hand that's pretty good at killing things, but does not have an actual payoff to close out the game. Forest for our opponent. Mystic. Well, crack Windswept Heath. Grab a... It's got to be red, right? Well, actually, does it? Let's take Breeding Pool. Tapped. Opponent. Passing. Land. Well, Pillar of the Perunes. Kill Mystic. Pass the turn. Gonna need that refueling Niv. Elvish Mystic for our opponent. And passing. Niv? That is a Niv. All right, so play a swamp. Kolaghan's Command. Opponent discards, kill Elvish Mystic. Pass the turn. And now we actually have a way to refuel. This is what we were missing last game. Opponent. Heritage Druid. Passes. We draw. Alright. Overgrown Tomb's tapped. Pass the turn. Alright. Let's see what our opponent can do here. Finds a land. Can they combo? Clan Caller. Combat. Attacks. Let's take 2. And then kill Heritage Druid. Untap. Play plains. White, black, green, blue, red. All right, Niv. Do what you do, please. How many do we get? Comes down. We draw. Well, there's all of our Bring Delight. Bring Delight, Lightning. Okay. Well, I mean, that's fine. It's not game over, but it's good. 3 cards, including a Bring Delight, most importantly. Opponent, Arch Druid. And passes. So we will just Helix Archdruid, Birds of Paradise, Safe Rights Quest, grab a Forest, Windswept Heath, get in with Niv, hit our opponent, and I feel like we're in good shape now. Opponent doesn't have much traction. We dealt with the early threats, and we still have a Bring Delight left over. Visionary for opponent draws a card. And opponent attacks. Well, take 1. Down to 19. Sure. And crack Windswept Heath. Grab a whatever. Hallowed Fountain, I guess. Untap. Another Bring Delight. I'll go to combat. Get in with Niv. We might just Bring Delight for another Niv. Play Pillar. White, black, blue, red, green. Bring Delight. Well, we'll see. I don't know what our best hit is here. I guess Static Caster's really good. Probably just take that. Actually, maybe we Primal Command. Yeah, let's Primal Command. Take Primal Command. Put a forest on top. Search for a creature, which will be Static Caster. Then we play Static Caster, start killing stuff, and yeah. Well, that went better. That went much better. You can see how important Niv is. If we hit a Niv, life is good, assuming we can stabilize. And we got a lot of removal to stabilize in the early game, but that's a challenge. Sometimes we get games where we just don't hit the Niv, and then we just kind of like kill stuff and fizzle out because Niv is our card draw. But that was good. That was good. All right, we're on the draw for game 3, which is a bit scary. Let's see what our hand looks like. Ooh, oh. All the action with 1 land, but we do have a Birds of Paradise. Oh, we need a land, basically. We are on the draw. We have our Bring Delight. We have multiple removal spells. We have a Kaya, which is insane. All right, Magic Gods. All right, we are trusting in you. Give us a land. Give us a land in a timely manner. Pillar of the Pararunes would be our best land, but we'll... Okay, Shaper's Sanctuary. Land? That's Mana Confluence. That works. So, Forest, Birds of Paradise. Now I very much like where we're at. That's exactly what we were looking for. Opponent, land, and Elvish Visionary to draw a card. Sure. Opponent passes. Niv. Well, play Mana Confluence. Play Domri. Take up Domri. Pass the turn. This potentially sets us up to Bring Delight next turn. Opponent untaps. We would like a land still. Forest for our opponent. And Archdruid. All right, so we do have to deal with Archdruid. Opponent, combat. Going face, ignoring Domri. All right. Oh, come on, land. Come on, land. That's a plains. So tick up. Can we do everything? Play the plains. Tick up. White, black, green. Kaya. Exile Shaper Sanctuary. Wait, white... And then white, black, green, blue, red. Okay, that works. So take up Domri. Add red. Plains. White. White, green, black. Play Kaya. Red floating. Kaya. Exile Shaper Sanctuary. Add blue. Izzet Charm. Kill Archdruid. Pass the turn. And Niv is doing it. Opponent untaps with just a Visionary against 2 Planeswalkers. It's a Llanowar Elves, sure. And a Elvish Clancaller, also sure. Opponent going to kill Kaya, I assume. Yeah, kills Kaya. Down to 16. We draw. Helix. I'll take up Domri. Add red. You know what? We're just going to do it. We're just going to do our thing. Niv-Mizzet. How many do we draw? Well, okay. Not a ton in number, but they are good cards. Niv down. Opponent, what do you got? You better go off. Opponent needs to, like, combo off this turn, basically. We could have just Wrathed. A little risky to not Wrath, but this sets us up to pretty much close out the game next turn. Like, fight with Niv, just kill everything. Beast Whisper, okay. That's fine. Opponent passes. Assassin's Trophy. So, we will Domri, fight Beast Whisper, Staticaster, kill Clancaller, pass the turn. And I think we got the lock set in. And we're going to basically be everything except the double Blood Moon decks. Opponent. Beast Whisper part 2, sure. And passes. We untap. Domri, fight Beast Whisper, Staticaster, kill Llanowar Elves. Sin Collector, make sure there's no Cocos. Craterhoof Dwinian's Elite, combat, get in with Niv, hit our opponent, pass the turn, down to 13, and I think we're there. What do you got, opponent? Horizon Canopy can redraw. What are they redrawing for, though? What's in their deck? We've killed the elves. Horizon Canopy draws. Dwinian's Elite, make some dorks. Sure. Opponent, passing. Well, let's Helix Dwinian's Elite, fight Visionary, kill the elf, play the land, untapped, for whatever reason, go to combat, attack, hit our opponent, and the route is down to 5, opponent untaps, and I think we nived him, and this deck actually kind of works. Opponent plays a land, do you have anything that matters? They do not, and they scoop it up, and that is a 3-2, so we get a treasure chest, we feed the kids. More interestingly, the only thing we lost to was literally decks that didn't just have a Blood Moon, but had double Blood Moon draws. That was it. Double Blood Moon draws were both of our losses, and this deck's going to lose to double Blood Moon draws 100% of the time. Like, that's just not something, maybe not 100, but you know what I'm saying. It's going to be like 99%. We just don't have the tools. We can beat a Blood Moon. But with our mana base and our answers, we are almost never going to be turn 2 Blood Moon, turn 3 Blood Moon. That's just not a thing. And that happened to us twice, and those are both of our losses. So Niv-to-Light was actually legit. But let's crack our treasure chest. We can ramble about that in, Flooded Strand. We can ramble about that in the wrap-up. That's a Flooded Strand. Not the oldest art, but it is a fetch land. How much is it these days? $4.10. Not a bad deal from a treasure chest. I mean, reasonably priced. All right, and yeah, I mean, Niv-to-Light, the deck was pretty sweet, I have to say. Sweet. Well, I mean, yeah, let's talk about it in the wrap-up. Oh, what a fun deck. Niv is awesome. Niv is awesome. So what do we learn this week about Niv-to-Light in Modern? And the deck was actually pretty sweet. So overall, we played a league. We ended up going 3-2, which you're probably going to think, okay, that's not super exciting. I mean, it's a crazy deck, and we posted a winning record. However, I think the performance was even better than our record would suggest. So if you look back at our matchups with Niv-to-Light, we lost to 2 decks. We lost to Panza, and we lost to this, like, Dreadhorde Arcanist, Boros Burn style deck. But those decks shared one thing in common, and those were Blood Moon decks. And Blood Moon is literally the worst card for our deck in all of Modern. We have 3 basic lands, doesn't even cover all of our colors. It's just really, really tricky to beat. But even better, in both of those matchups, we had it set up so we could beat a Blood Moon with our sideboarding, playing carefully, leaving up mana. The thing that did us in is in both of our Game 3 losses, our opponent had Blood Moon into Blood Moon the second turn. And while if we play tight and we sideboard right, we can beat a copy of Blood Moon, a lot of the time, we have almost no chance of beating 2 Blood Moons. That's going to take kind of a miracle for that to happen, especially when in some of those games, it was turn 2 Blood Moon, turn 3 Blood Moon, so getting it down really quickly. So that's basically the bugaboo, is we got wrecked by Blood Moons in both of our losses. On the other hand, we wrecked Tron, we took down an Affinity Shrapnel Blast deck, and we took down Elves, so we were able to beat kind of control/combo, some aggro decks with some burn thrown in, and like I said, our losses, they were basically just Blood Moon losses, and that is going to happen with this deck. So the deck, if you enjoyed the Against the Odds version that we played in Standard, this is basically as close as you're going to get in Modern to playing a deck like that with Niv. And the deck is really powerful. Bring to Light is a great card. Niv, I mean, it goes up and down. Sometimes we drew like 1 or 2 cards. Other times we drew like 6 cards. But really, a 6/6 flyer dodges a lot of removal in the Modern format. Lightning Bolt doesn't get it. Fatal Push, even with our opponent being able to revolt it, doesn't get it. So really, we're not worried about that much removal. A 6/6 is bigger than most things. So Niv is a solid creature on its own, especially where we had some games we were able to cast it like on turn 3, which is just insane, where it's like Bird of Paradise on turn 1, into Domri on turn 2, into Niv on turn 3. That's a really strong draw. And amidst all these like weird random guild cards, we have a lot of answers like Lightning Helixes and Assassin's Trophy and some sweepers and main deck Unmoored Ego, and we have a lot of things that are good in a lot of matchups, and thanks to Bring to Light and Niv, we actually find them pretty consistently. So I really love this deck. Like, I was a little sad that our record wasn't better because of those double Blood Moon losses, but really, the deck was really fun to play. It felt surprisingly competitive. If you just look at this deck on paper, it's like, oh my goodness, what a crazy pile. But Niv's insane. Bring to Light is a perfect support card. The deck is like really, really fun. So apart from Blood Moon, if there was one issue we had with the deck, it was that sometimes we just don't hit a finisher. We lost a couple of games where we just kind of like drew a bunch of removal spells, drew some of our ramp stuff, but never really found a Bring to Light or a Niv to refuel. And eventually, our opponent, after 2 or 3 removal spells killing their stuff, would stick a threat, be able to go on and win the game from there. And I guess that's a concern. We're kind of a control deck, but our only real card filtering or card draw is essentially our Niv. I guess like Primal Command can tutor up a creature, Bring to Light can find a Niv, but really we don't have the typical card filtering or card draw with Ops and Serum Visions and Snapcasters that you'd see in a control deck. So that part was a little bit weird, and it did feel like we had some games where we were just like, fingers crossed that we draw a Niv. If we draw a Niv, we're going to win this game, because we're going to draw like 7 cards, we're going to refuel, we're going to take over the game, control everything our opponent's doing. Sometimes we did, sometimes we didn't. So that's something worth keeping in mind. I'm almost wondering if like Discovery Dispersal could be worth consideration. It's a little slow as a cantrip, but Thought Erasure is a little slow as a Thought Seize. So maybe we could find a way to squeeze in just a touch more card draw or touch more card advantage. But really, all around, the deck felt solid. It looks crazy, but it is insanely fun to play. Niv is just as much fun in Modern as it is in Standard. So if you want to play a really off-the-wall deck and just draw ridiculous cards, and worth pointing out, it's only $400. I mean, only quote-unquote $400 is a lot of money, but $400 I think is almost what our Standard version cost, hilariously. So as far as Modern prices go, the deck is pretty cheap because it has a cheap-ish mana base. You're not playing the expensive fetch lands, not playing that many shock lands. A lot of the dual colored cards that we're using with Niv are not that expensive, like we have the Thought Erasure instead of Thought Seize or whatever. So not super expensive, super fun, surprisingly competitive. Just gotta dodge those Blood Moon draws, especially those double Blood Moon draws. Anyway, that has been our much Abrew for this week. Niv to Light for Modern. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.